What is up, guys? It is Coaster Watch here, and today I got another awesome, amazing, insane, incredible coaster countdown for you guys. This is my top 10 family coasters that I've experienced. So I've ridden plenty of family roller coasters out there, many of which are in the state of Florida, and this is me ranking them in order from worst to best. I'm going to give a quick honorable mention real quick to Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt would have came in really high on this list. It would have came in at the number 2 spot. But I personally do not consider Cheetah Hunt a family roller coaster. Sadly, it just seems a little bit too intense to be considered a family coaster. Some coasters on here might seem a little bit too intense, but I think Cheetah Hunt is like pushing it. But anyways, let's get right into it. Starting at the number 10 spot, we have Coaster Source at Legoland. And this is an alright wooden coaster. It's rough. It barely gives some airtime. It's a fun little ride. There's nothing special to it. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. There's really not too much to it. At the number 9 spot, we have Skull Mountain at Six Flags Great Adventure. All jokes aside, this is actually a really cool coaster. Like, anything in the dark for me, honestly, makes it, just being in the dark just makes it that much better. This is just a really nice family coaster. It's not advertised as a family coaster. I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's actually advertised as like one of the adult coasters in the park. Well, I wouldn't really say that, but I consider it a family coaster. It's a cool little ride. At the number 8 spot, we have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Walt Disney World. I absolutely love this ride. This is the first ride I rode when I went to Disney. Let me just say, this ride was fantastic. My little brother loved it. He was like 4 or 5 at the time. This is a really nice family coaster with some really, really nice Disney theming. At the number 7 spot, we have Smoky Mountain Alpine Coasters. This is a bit of a surprising pick, you guys might say, but this coaster really blew me away. After that 5-minute lift hill, you actually can take in a lot of the scenery around you. It is so nice to see. Your hands could actually touch the tracks. That kind of freaked me out a little bit, but no reason to even worry about that. It was just nice. It was really smooth. You're just going through the mountains. There's a couple floater airtime moments, believe it or not. This is just a fantastic coaster. If you ever end up going to Pigeon Forge, you cannot miss this Alpine coaster. At the number 6 spot, we have Cobras Curse at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This is a fun little coaster. I personally think it's a little bit overrated. It's not that great of a ride, in my opinion. And not to mention, the first time I rode it, the weight that was posted was 25, but ended up being an hour and a half, so I was a little bit bummed about that. The line just moved really, really slow. They were not running very many trains on it. Still a fun ride regardless, has awesome theming, it's awesome. At the number 5 spot, we have the Big Bad Wolf at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. This is now defunct, but this is a great, great roller coaster. This coaster has a special place in my heart, as this was the first roller coaster I ever rode. This is a great ride. It just seemed, the lift hills seemed a little bit too extra. I don't know how else to put it. But this coaster, it just seemed a little bit short for how long the lift hills were. At the number 4 spot, we have Expedition Everest at Walt Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is a fun little coaster. That first like main drop actually really, really blew me away. Well, the one when you watch the Yeti rip up the track on the overhead thingy, that was a really fun little drop right there. It was borderline intense, actually. So, the kids are gonna love it. The family's gonna love it. You guys are gonna love this coaster. As long as it's not running a 2-hour wait, you guys are gonna absolutely love that coaster. At the number 3 spot, we have the Revenge of the Mummy at Universal. This isn't advertised as a family coaster at all, but I consider it a family coaster. This thing is kick butt. There's just like so much going on. It's so cool. And like the pre-ride, sort of like dark ride section, there's like actual like mummy animatronics like moving at you and stuff. And then there's almost like a launch at one point. You go backwards, you go forwards. There's a decent drop somewhere like right around the middle of the ride. That's a really cool moment. It's not too intense, but just being in the dark and moving around definitely adds some bonus points to me. At the number 2 spot, we have Fire Chaser Express. So this one might be a little bit of a surprise to some people, but maybe not if you see my number 1. This is a fantastic family coaster. There was so much going on. There is great theming. This is an excellently themed coaster. It's themed to fighting fires. The kids are going to love that. Considering there was a fire just a few months ago. But fantastic coaster. The launch was surprisingly intense. There was a little bit of airtime. I got airtime in the very middle row, which is saying something. It was a little bit rough and rattly at some points. That's my only complaint about this coaster. So what could be my number one family coaster? How about White Lightning at Fun Spot America in Orlando, Florida? This coaster rocks. This has some of the most insane ejector airtime I've experienced. This is the third best airtime on any coaster I experienced, behind Lightning Rod and Mako. But this is a fantastic roller coaster. It is great. You get airtime on the drop. You get airtime going through the whole course. It's very smooth. And I think it's like barely a family coaster, but I still consider it a family coaster. And if you're in Orlando, you cannot miss out on this ride. So anyways, that about wraps it up right here, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave a comment on what your favorite family coaster is at your home park, and leave a comment for what you guys want to see for some future videos. I got some park battles, and I got some coaster battles coming up for you soon, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.